breed. So different people wrote in about their horses. And I thought, I'm not going to say a word because there's no way you're going to take a Friesian and ride up in the mountains and chase cows. They'll stop and quit.
It would be the anomaly that did that.
They would probably stop way before a quarter horse and say, I'm done. Yeah. Yeah.
And quite frankly, there are a lot of mountain trails we don't fit on. Now, if you want the trees pulled down.
Yeah, and you know, and him half up on the side of the mountain and one leg on the trail.
Yeah, there's places he just doesn't fit, and I'm good with that.
And so everybody wrote in about Arabians or quarter horses or Mustangs, and I just didn't. I read it all and I enjoyed it all, but I didn't say anything about the Friesian because I thought I'm not even going to go there because.
Put that picture of you driving her in here with that absolutely beautiful Arabian expression and go, I really like this.
Yeah. So he at the very end they said, okay, Mule Man, we've told you all about our horses. And we've argued back and forth. Dr. Gimrit was on there, and she was arguing with an Arab lady that Morgans were better than Arabs. And
not being Arabs, they're not.
well, and then the Arab lady,
Endurance race.
yeah,
Depends what you want to do.
and the Arab lady said, no, I'm into these foundation Bedouin horses that go all the way back to the Qasim lines. And she said, we're preservationists of this line, just like the Lippet Morgans.
Right.
And so at the very end, everybody talked, and he said, I'm just so interested because of the dogs and how they breed true. And he said, I want a dog that I can take out in the field and go chase lions and bears, and I work those dogs and I prove out their bloodlines. And he said, because there's no use in breeding something that can't do its job.
Well, thank you for that. How many people will say, oh, well, we never really panned out as a riding horse. Let's breed her.
Yeah.
To make what?
Well, and he said,
Horse you can't ride? Oh, really?
he said, an animal can only live up to its genetic potential. And he said, you don't fight it. You know, a dog is a dog. A horse is a horse. They are what they are. Don't get mad at them for being what they are just because it's not suited for you. So
Have a Hoflinger and you really wanted a saddlebred, it's going to be a disappointment.
so they finally said, okay, Mule Man, what breed do you like? And he said, get ready for it. And then he said, it's a Missouri Foxtrotter. And everybody came on, no, what the heck? Well, I'd never heard of him, blah, blah, this, that.
Yeah, but it's not a well-known breed. There's a lot of them.
So he went on.
Basically like the Tennessee Walkers, they were bred to mosey down the plantations all day long.
Yeah.
Smoothly.
And he said the Foxtrotters came from a little bit of saddlebred, I think.
Yeah.
Morgan,
That's why they got pretty heads.
walking horse, and
That Narragansett Pacer's got to show up in there somewhere.
I've never heard of a Narragansett Pacer.
It's in Morgan.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's real old lineage, and it was, the cart horses basically back in colonial times. They don't exist anymore, but
Yeah.
it was kind of that type of horse.
Okay. And so that, everybody was blown away, especially with his name being Mule Man. We were sure it was going to be a mule. And he said,
Have a Foxtrotter mule. That would be an interesting
yeah. Well, he said a mule is a wonderful animal. But he said, imagine if you had a four-wheel drive Hummer with big tires and heavy steering and used a lot of gas and not a very good ride, bouncy. And he said you could go up and down the mountains all day and stuff, but it wouldn't be appropriate for driving around downtown Los Angeles. And he said, so a mule has a place. And he said, I'll always love mules and respect them and think they're wonderful.
I'm going to ride the cliffs along the Grand Canyon. I'll take a mule.
Yeah, but he said, if I'm going to be out all day on a horse that I need to have my well-being in mind, and that will carry me all day, and is sure-footed and thinking. He said, I'll take a foxtrotter. And then he wrote some stories. He got this one little horse in named, what was her name? I'll just say her name was Spunky. And he said she was about 14 hands tall. Now this guy is 6'6". And he said Spunky was a very naughty horse and had given her owner many, many, many problems. And he said he refers to his wife as my bride. Tina is her name. And he said, I had Spunky out there and I had been working her and she was doing really good, and I had saddled her and she was being quiet and nice. And the wife said, dinner in 5 minutes. And he said, I should have put Spunky away. But he thought, I just know. He had stepped up on her 2 or 3 times and she was fine. He said, I just wanted to step up on her and give her a little squeeze and just walk a little bit and bend her around. And that would be the end of the lesson. The wife comes out and says, dinner now. Yes, ma'am. And he put his foot in the stirrup. And he said, as I was flying through the air, I thought, more groundwork. He said, that little horse came...
Listen to your wife.
Yeah, that was the other one. And he said he went about as high in the air as he's ever gone. And he landed okay. He was hurt. He was beat up, but not broken anything. And he said that horse broke in two and bucked and bucked and bucked and bucked and bucked and bucked and bucked, round and round and round and round and round. And he said, screaming and bawling. He said, like I've never seen a horse do. He said it absolutely came unglued.
How cold was dinner when he finally got it?
And the wife came out to make sure he was okay, and then she left him and said, you put your own horse away. I don't feel sorry for you. You know, you did this to yourself, because she's a horse trainer too. And of course they have that little competition going. Well, she had just gotten a horse, a troubled horse named Diamond. And Diamond was a beautiful buckskin that flipped over backwards when you saddled her, bucked, bolted, hurt several people, and they wanted to get rid of her. And he heard about her, and they went and looked at this mare, young mare, and she was beautiful and a complete idiot. So they got her really cheap. And the wife said, I want her. And she said, I'm going to train her. Keep your big mitts off of her. So they did the round pinning where she was loose and putting the saddle on over and over. And, you know, the horse was girthy. Good girl. You know, even though this is fast, it's flatter, it's better. It's better.
And it's more consistent. He's staying in it. You saw it to the right. That's really good stuff.
That looks rideable, you know what I mean?
It does. I was just thinking the same thing.
Oh, I'm so thrilled, Kathy.
That's the best canter you can do. Girl. Yeah, she had a nice, solid, rhythmic, 3-beat, round, carrying yourself. Wow.
Yeah.
And the top for the organization. Huh.
How about if she gets a cookie?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, that was really good. So on the, wow, I'm impressed. Yes. No, I think we,
Gotten over that threshold.
there will be days.